Hey, I'm here, and I love you so fucking much. Thanks for being here. I'm ready to keep moving forward with Lizzy's list. I feel a lot of tension in my body. I feel a lot of tension. I'm no better time than the present, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. So I'm here. I want to start by saying that it seems as if pedophilia itself, the practice of sex with children, is like a secret ruling class club. You know, that's that whole Epstein list being shoved in my face every day, like constantly being reminded of my trauma, is what urged me to do Lizzy's list and also help encourage other people to, just ultimately know themselves beyond like the pain. Okay. But yeah, it's like you're either in the club or you're not. And George Carlin talked about this, but I don't think he talked about the pedophilia part. Like, you can only go so high in this, country. And it's really similar to Rome. Like, everything's corrupted. You can see it in the way that they treat people. Like, it really dawned on me that the stories that I'm telling are, like 26, 27 years old. And I was just among the first to meet people off of AOL and, the internet. To think, like, how many more people there are that were hurt. And then how many of those people got so mentally ill that they're in homelessness or jail right now because of how overwhelming the pain gets and how, like, out of control it can make you feel. Because it's like your inner child doing everything it can to defend itself, like a complete survival mode state, Anyways. So that's why I'm doing this. Is because the pain deserves to stop having so much power over us. Like, to take back the control of our mind is to take ourselves back from those that hurt us. And it's a powerful, intense practice to become aware of the self, to become aware of the self as all, but one with all. That, like, we're all everything. Like, there's more space in a molecule or an atom than there is actual matter. Like Einstein talked about, matter is energy. Like, everything is God. Okay. So, I'm ready to start naming for Lizzy's list. The first person that, I'm going in order of what the memories that hurt the most. I'm going, like the ones that stand out the most, I remember the most, that hurt the most. So number one, is a dude who called himself Matthew. I'm pretty sure that was his legal name because I have like this memory of seeing his driver's license. Like, I think the last encounter that we had, um, we had like a recurring thing going on from he was the first person that I met off of AOL, um, all the way until I was 16. Um, he said he got engaged and, you know, didn't want to see me anymore, couldn't see me anymore. And I was just like this people-pleasing, fawning person by then, so I don't remember reacting, you know, like, oh, you know, I was understanding. That's so dumb. It was so bizarre, like, that last time that we met, we were walking around Cranes Roost Park in Altamont Springs. And it wasn't even a holiday. It was a regular night. And fireworks started going off. Like, a bunch of them. And that park was known for doing firework displays for 4th of July. So it was weird. But his screen name on AOL was MCJVFKMM. And he had another screen name that I can't remember. He lied about his age. Like, the memories of him are the reason that I started to question, like, hey, this hurts. Like, you know, I got hurt. Like, what's happening? He lived like a 3-mile crow's flight from where I've been living, in these apartments. And the first time I drove past them and like put it together where I was, I had like an extreme like panic response. And I've since been able to get a little bit more comfortable driving past it. I think they were renamed. I'm not sure what the name was, but I'm very sure it's the Oasis Apartments. He said he was 26, but by the time that I was 26, I started noticing aspects of him that were aged compared to my peers. Primarily a lack of hair growth, where you would wear tall socks, like on, you know, like the ankle going up, you know, like you'd wear some tall socks. Like, he had stunted hair growth from that. You know, people go bald all the time, but like, it's just like his face wasn't young compared to what I ended up learning was real. So all that to say that it's a very common practice for men to, or people, I'm sure some women do it too, like to lie about your age to gain, you know, the interest of a 14-year-old better. I know that other people that I met lied about their names and ages, and it just really took me becoming my age now to understand that pretty good. He sounded like he was from New York or New Jersey, and I want to say he said as much. He just had like a small apartment. It was either a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. The first time we met, we watched A Clockwork Orange. He introduced me to the movie Caligula, the X-rated version. I don't know if it was the same night. There were several nights in like a 2-year time span. It was my first feelings of dopamine addiction and limerence kind of behavior. Like I was obsessed with, trying to talk to people and the different times they would be online. It's like is really humbling to understand how like deep and long-standing my dopamine addiction issues have been going, and how they play a really big role in how I have anxiety. So that's like good news in a way, because if I continue to tweak the relationship with social media and getting that fix of the need for attention, then should decrease my anxiety, help me be more present with the moment and everything, right? Which is why I'm doing this. Which is why, I'm willing to talk about something that's very humiliating, shameful, embarrassing in this culture. It's because it shouldn't be anymore. Pedophiles shouldn't get to live under the cloak of shame, and they definitely shouldn't fucking be ruling the world right now. Jesus. So I'm here. I see how long the timestamp is running. I wanted to keep talking and keep naming, but I try to keep my videos limited to like a certain scope of time. I really could just keep talking and talking. Oh, well, I guess my neighbor wants to help steer the wheel on that, so next time I'll talk about more people. But again, this dude's name was Matthew. He sounded like he was from Northeast, like New Jersey, New York. He said he got engaged to a woman, and that would have been the year 2000. And that was in Orlando, Florida. And again, he was living off of Goldenrod, very suspected, the Oasis Apartments. If you think you're the woman that got engaged or is currently married to this person, I hope that he's changed and stopped. I hope he's learned his lesson. I hope he hasn't been doing this to other girls or people. Hope y'all are having a real good time, right? Just kidding. Could care less either way, except to get this off my chest, because it's been bothering me. So, and also this guy's the reason why I have like incredible, horrible trauma response to oral sex. Like incredibly nervous, like for me. Even to this day, with like all the work that I've done and all like this like support that I've had, so to speak. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think it's time for him to chop down his avocados. So it's about to get noisy, which I like. I like noise. Maybe we should meditate to it for a second. This is why I'm doing this. Is the ability to have the peace and clarity in the moment of just closing my eyes. And just observing, being, you know, loving awareness type shit, you know. So thank you for joining me. Let's see like how far I can get into the list next time. So far, 1 down. I love you. Thank you. Bye.